Welcome back, YouTube. Well, if you stuck with me this far, I appreciate it. But I finally got my 3-point hitch pretty much to a final state. I've got it all installed. I spent most of the night finishing the weld ups for the rock shaft and the lower drawbar, and got it all fitted up here to the tractor, so I can actually kind of see in principle, unpowered, how this guy is going to work in the end, and to see if my math was right. So basically, the way I have it set up is my attaching links here. I've got these totally screwed in, so it represents the shortest amount of length in the adjustment. And if I give you an idea of the amount of motion I get out of this, right now in these settings, I've got 8 inches off the floor all the way up to 32 inches off the floor. So it's got a really good range of motion. A feature that I put into the rock shaft that I built into this that's unique to, I'd say unique to this design, is I have the ability to pull one pin on the fly, and you can get plus or minus 15 degrees of additional adjustment based on where you want, how much lift you want to get out of this thing. So if I go down, it effectively moves the rock shaft 15 degrees down, which puts the lower attachment of my trailing link closer to the ground, or I can go up. Right. So if I put it in the bottom pin, simply just by pulling one pin, now my maximum height is at 34.5 inches. So simply by pulling a pin, I can get this thing to kind of really quickly adjust to what I needed to use for a wide variety of implements. And that doesn't include the adjustments that I still have available in this guy. So the idea here is have lots of adjustment. If you can't build it perfect, build it adjustable, right? I will zoom in on the cylinder. If you've been following my previous videos, one of the key things that really paid off was doing a SketchUp of the kinematics of my setup. So blueprinting on paper, the hard points of where the cylinder attaches, my clearance zone between the top of the axle and the bottom of the running board, and where my the center line of my rock shaft was going to be, and what types, what I could get away with from a geometry standpoint on the bell crank, really kind of governs how much movement you're going to get out of this horizontal cylinder setup. So if I move it through the range of motion, stroke the cylinder, you can actually see how much movement, rotational movement you get out of the cylinder. So my big concern with that was the potential for a touch condition or a crash condition of the cylinder itself to the top of the axle or the bottom of the running board. So doing a little bit of work with pen and pencil before you actually do the investment and put the labor into making all these parts and kind of cowboying it on the tractor really pays off in the end. Really basic stuff. It's like, it's a pencil and paper. It's virtually free. That being said, I think all I really need at this point now is to bolt in my lower drawbar, because right now it's just kind of loosely fit in there. I need to bolt that guy down permanent, and I've got 2 hoses I'm waiting on to come in the mail, so I can hook up my selector valve back up to my tank, top it off with fluid, throw a filter in there, and I can actually see this thing in real use. So overall, I'm very pleased with how this turned out. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, please like and subscribe. Drop me a comment if you're interested in any of the details or the plans or anything associated with the project. Just feel free to reach out to me, love to talk to you about it. There's more to come. This isn't the end. I still have a whole lot of finishing work to do on this tractor, so there's probably going to be plenty more videos here in the near future. I still have to get the wheel back on, but the tractor at this point runs and drives under its own power now. I did my first start over the weekend and was able to kind of move this in and out of the shop without having to drag it out, which is awesome. And the motor is tight, it's strong, it starts right up. I'm loving it. So thanks for all your comments, all your support. Again, please like, subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, or if you want to talk tractors, just drop me a line. As always, thanks, and hope to hear from you soon.